the president's campaign was actually spied on.
And from my standpoint, the top priority of this investigation is to reveal to the public exactly what happened so we can restore confidence in both the FBI and the Department of Justice.
Nothing we heard today has changed our view that there is no evidence to support any allegation that the FBI or any intelligence agency placed a spy in the Trump campaign or otherwise failed to follow appropriate procedures and protocols.
So here to help us understand how these briefings could impact the Russia probe is former DOJ official Hans von Spakovsky. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Sure thing.
So what did you think about what happened yesterday? There was one meeting with Republicans, and then there was another meeting that was bipartisan. Just the general layout of two separate meetings. What did you think?
Well, you know, the saddest thing about all this and most disappointing is that it took pressure from the president to get DOJ and the FBI to do this. This is something they should have done 8 months ago when the House Intelligence Committee first started investigating it. And they are right. Transparency is needed for this reason. It is unprecedented for the government to launch a law enforcement investigation and do surveillance of an opposition presidential campaign. And we need to know, did they actually have hard, substantive evidence of major violations of federal law? If they didn't, then there was an abuse of the law enforcement powers of the federal government.
Why do you think the DOJ has delayed and delayed this?
Well, that's the big question. I will tell you, the Russia collusion investigation so far, as you know, hasn't produced a single piece of evidence that there was ever any collusion. But what that investigation has raised is a lot of questions about potentially abusive behavior by FBI and DOJ officials, and the idea that what they may have really been doing is launching a partisan investigation against an opposition political campaign.
Right, and these are high up in the DOJ and the FBI. These aren't the men and women who are out there every day doing a great job. In terms of the Chief of Staff, John Kelly, and the attorney for the White House, the lawyer Emmett Flood, there's been some discussion about whether they have been there or not. From what I understand, they were there just at the beginning, and they left before anything that was classified was actually discussed or released.
Yeah, but that really shouldn't have been an issue, because what everyone forgets is that the president is the chief law enforcement officer of the United States. He has the full constitutional authority to be completely briefed on all aspects of this investigation, and that would include anyone working for him. So the idea that there was something wrong, even if they had been briefed, that is just a false flag that isn't true.
In terms of the president and what he can or cannot release, could he just get involved in this and release information himself?
Yes, he has the ability to declassify any information. And here's the thing everyone should remember. Congress has 100% right to see all of this information because of its constitutional oversight authority. And that's why DOJ and FBI's constant delays and attempts to not give them information is just legally and constitutionally wrong. And it makes you wonder, what are they trying to hide?
Yeah, even going back to the Strzok and Lisa Page text back and forth, why doesn't President Trump just say, okay, you have to release these?
Well, they are being released. Remember, the Inspector General apparently has gotten a hold of all of these, and we're expecting a report soon. And look, the president has acted. That's the only reason that briefing happened yesterday. But there appears to be still a lot of attempts by DOJ to stop doing what they should be doing.
Right. Yeah, with the latest information about the spy or the spy that wasn't the spy. Thank you so much, Hans. We appreciate you joining us.
Sure thing. Thanks for having me.
Have a great weekend. Well, the time now is about 20 minutes until the top of the hour, and hard work in high demand. Mike Rowe is in